What kind of teacher are you? A neutral facilitator or someone who is likely to volunteer your views? When it comes to impacting student learning, studies show no significant difference between these two approaches. But there are pros and cons. Some teachers believe sharing your views can create an environment of trust and honesty, and this encourages students to be vulnerable. But be aware that some students may not offer opinions because they don't want to make you mad. Others may fear disagreeing with you may affect their grade.
To counter this, teachers who share their views also challenge their students to ask them questions. Why do you feel this way? Where did your ideas come from? What evidence backs you up? This way, a teacher can role model the idea of debating an issue and not a person. Let's hear from one of our experts.
Sometimes I do share my personal views, but not always, and really only if students ask. And when they do ask, I respond in a more diplomatic, neutral tone while still sharing what I think. I also preface any opinion with, in my opinion, because it is irresponsible and unrealistic to think that we don't share personal views with our students, even when it's not explicitly taught. We all come with subconscious and unconscious biases. I try to consciously own mine with my students. When it comes to subject matter in U.S. history and social sciences, I try to create lessons that allow them to think critically for themselves.
For some teachers, being a neutral facilitator is preferred. It allows for a freer exchange of ideas and lets you present overlooked arguments with conviction. But being neutral may create a culture of dishonesty, especially if your facial expressions or comments reveal your true feelings.
Teachers who promote neutrality often feel it's inappropriate to share their views because they want students to learn to think for themselves. And they worry that students are easily influenced by what adults say or think, especially in middle school. Let's get more insight from one of our experts.
I strongly believe that teachers should never share their personal or political views with their students. First of all, it does not allow a teacher to play devil's advocate if the students know that the teacher's views correspond to the opposing viewpoint. It will prevent students from engaging in that type of activity because they might worry that they will offend their teacher. Secondly, students whose political perspectives do not align with their teachers might feel particularly isolated in that class, specifically if the teacher's expressed views align with the majority of the class.
Now that you've heard from both sides, what should you do? Step back or offer up your opinion? Ultimately, it's your decision. You're the one who knows your students and your classroom climate best. Whatever approach gets your students to open up and start talking is the best way forward.